Shit, Ruthless by Law. Yeah, RBL, man. I think that's when they were just like all over CMC. That was like, that's pretty much when everyone discovered who RBL was. They had too many hits.
Slaps, classics.
Yeah. It was shit. I used to listen to him. I mean, listening at my cousin's house. My cousin I would borrow all his music, man. He had RBL, IMP, Koopnut. He had like all of Get Low, Messy Marv, San Quinn. Everybody out there, EA Ski. He had Selski, Two Tip. Those were all, hitters, man. Dre Dog.
All classics.
When RBL dropped that Ruthless by Law, man, they were just, I don't know, it was an everyday thing listening to them.
Hell yeah.
They were like sold up the whole game. Everyone in the Bay was after that shit.
Yeah,
They didn't have it in their own tape deck, man, they slipping. You bumping shit down the street.
Everywhere you
used
go.
to park, roll their windows down just to pump that shit. And like, it'll go green and I'll slowly, hit the gas just to slap that song.
Yeah, just so you can hear it.
Everybody could listen and shit, man. It was one of those things.
When was the first time I heard RBL? Shit, man. It was playing constantly in Wild 94.9, 106 KMEL. They were so dope. Mr. C had the flows. Black Sea producing. Ruthless by Law classic album. I can bump that shit.
RBL Ruthless by Law. Shit. Man, that album. First off, let's just say RIP to Mr. C. That motherfucker was busting metaphors on your ass on that album. Man, he was busting. And the beats was fucking out of this world, man. I just remember RBL, I used to just sit back and think like, why the fuck ain't they on the TV? Even though they was with the bounce of this and shit, but I just think like, man, how come they ain't on top of the motherfucking world, which they were, now that we're grown and we chop game and we ask, kind of like how we do with this whole BART thing in general, like, you're asking people where y'all was and what y'all was listening to, and we all pretty much saying the same fucking thing. But we can all say that when that shit came out, yeah, we was all listening to that goddamn RBL, Ruthless by Law. But I just remember, man, everywhere you went, they was slapping that shit. And I remember just about everybody, like, you could talk to your Mexican partners and they was slapping that shit. Your white folks, your Asian folks, black folks, everybody. People from the Bay, people from LA, people from the Valley. Everybody, the whole West Coast. I'm pretty sure the Midwest and down South know about RBL too. East Coast probably know too, but they, they condescending when it come to rap and shit. But yeah, man. But I just remember like going to functions and shit, or just talking to little chicks or whatever, and just asking them, what's going on for the night, whatever. And they used to always be like, either going to a RBL show or slapping some RBL. And you be looking at these bitches and you be like, this is kind of how you grow up and you kind of know what time it is. Because you look at these chicks and they look all sophisticated and shit. And, you come to find out these broads is going to the little alley-ass function down the street, bumping RBL or where all the niggas is going to be, and you kind of learn like, oh, okay. That bitch is on the same shit we on, So, yeah, I just remember like everybody was slapping that shit. The finest bitches, all the factors, everybody. And when Mr. C died, we were all kind of like, what the fuck? Because I ain't gonna lie, man. The shit that RBL was talking about, man, you kind of knew they was deep in it. So just to see Mr. C get killed, you was like, God damn, man, it's just real, And I was just, I think I had just turned 15. Because my birthday is December 30th. And I think he died on New Year's or something like that, New Year's Eve. Yeah, so I got that news and I was just like, God damn. Because we had just had like we just went to like the crackingest New Year's party that I've been to, as a young man. So, we just gotten back from the party. We all hung over and shit. Niggas is dazed, confused. Knocked a couple bitches, calling up numbers and shit like that. Back in the day, So, yeah, we had to, kind of just collect our thoughts and think about what was going on out there. But I just think like, man, if Mr. C was still alive, where would the Bay be? If Hitman was still alive, where would the Bay be? So, R.I.P. to Hitman and Mr. C. Peace to Black C and the whole RBL posse, the whole Hunters Point, the whole San Francisco, the whole 415, the whole Bay Area, man. Everybody knows, man, like, when that shit was out, the Bay was up.
Do I remember when RBL, Ruthless by Law, came out? Definitely. It was a big time for us, because like I said, we were just coming off of Going Insane out, you know what I'm saying? That was both of our second albums on Intermittent Records. So I'm sure that they was going into Ruthless by Law the same way we was going into Going Insane, because they was under the mentality they gotta outdo a lesson to be learned. You know what I'm saying? They just dropped this fucking classic album called A Lesson to Be Learned with this fucking monumental song, Don't Give Me No Bama Weed. And how are they gonna outdo that? You know what I'm saying? So they was under the same pressure we was under. And we all, we was all seeing it at the same time. They seen what we was going through. We seen what they was going through. And it was kind of a time to prove, both of us, both groups was trying to prove ourselves at the same time. Because like I say, we both had dropped classic first albums. It's very rare that your first album coming out the gate be a classic like that. And both of us did that. So now it's like, oh, y'all niggas ain't gonna be able to outdo A Lesson to Be Learned. Y'all niggas ain't gonna be able to outdo Direct from the Backstreet. Come on, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm sure we both went into both those albums with the same mentality. And TC too. TC is the mastermind behind all this shit. So now he gonna have to step his shit up to make both of us sound better. To make both of us sound bigger and more. You know what I'm saying? We were still going to Frisco a lot, and that's when like I said, the enhancer came into play. And the enhancer just gave TC new ideas and new, he just elaborated on what TC already had in his brain. And then with Ruthless by Law, Black C had started tampering with the production. Black C had started learning how to play his own shit, and was sitting and watching Enhancer and TC work, and he was learning his own little shit, you know what I'm saying, and watching how the niggas was doing this shit. And a lot of motherfuckers don't know that a lot of the shit on Ruthless by Law, Black C was going to his house and making some of those beats. Those Black Bluebird on My Shoulder and Mortuary Number on his pager and Creep and all that shit. Black C was going home and producing them records and bringing it in to TC and be like, hey man, listen to this, tell me what you think about it. And maybe TC would tweak some shit here and there, but Black C would start sticking his hands in the production a little bit more on that second album, you know what I'm saying?
Second album was hard.
Yeah, and that shit just, yeah, man. So, we coming off Going Insane, they coming off Lesson to Be Learned, and they're going into Ruthless by Law. And, I'm sure they had a lot of the same shit was going on. Harbor Road was off the chain at the time. Harbor Road and Oakdale was funking at the time. And, yeah, man, it was just a lot of shit,
Crazy time.
A lot of more competition is coming out. The Click is coming out. Mac Mall is coming out. Sibo coming out. Loonies is coming out. You got Drew Down coming out. You got a lot of big wigs from the Bay Area was starting emerging at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot more competition. And like I say, when Dr. Dre came with that Chronic, the sampling was out. So RBL had to leave away from the sampling and start going into the live bass lines and whole shit. So that's where Black C came in with that fucking sinister mob music, them slow, throbbing ass beats.
Yeah, that's slow funk.
Yeah, and he pioneered that shit, man. Black C pioneered that shit.
Dark funk.
I remember when that motherfucker dropped. We was in the hood. I was on the block, and I used to always get the new shit before it dropped. And I had a couple of copies of the Ruthless by Law before it came out. You know what I'm saying? I went at the end of the minute and I gaffled a couple of them motherfuckers before they even dropped, before they hit the store. And niggas in the town was waiting for that shit to drop. I took that shit back on the block. I threw a house party, and I played the whole album at the house party. And niggas like, blood, let me get that. Nigga, let me get that CD, nigga. I got to have, somebody stole my shit, matter of fact, that night. Man, I got to have that. And I knew that shit was gonna be a classic. I knew they had
Every song was hard on that.
I said, I knew they had outdid Let's Do Me Land. I like, y'all outdid that, bro. I told them, I said, blood, y'all did that, bro. Y'all outdid the last one. And they told us the same thing. They're like, y'all niggas outdid that. Y'all did that. We was always each other's biggest fans, bro. We always used to compliment each other like, man, I'm listening to y'all shit, nigga. I can quote the words to you. I'm hearing what y'all. We used to critique each other like, hey, bro, I like that one song, but you need the one little part you might have to whoop whoop whoop. And Black C that type of nigga. If Black really like you, he'll give you some critique. You know, he'll come to you, hey, Ad, I like that one. I heard that little song T played, whoop whoop, the bad hand for me on that one little line. If you just whoopty whoop, nigga, and if you Black say it, I'm gonna go do it.
Hell yeah.
T like, hey, bring that back. Let me.
Like, that's Black C.
Yeah, bring that back.
That's motherfucking Black C right there.
Yeah, all right. So we was always had that love like that. You know what I'm saying? When I heard O album, I told Black, nigga, y'all got another one. Nigga, y'all outdid it. Y'all did it. Y'all outdid the last one.
Damn.
And when that motherfucker hit, that shit hit. That shit hit hard. You know?
The Gap Blast.
Yeah, that shit hit hard. They came up with the Bounce to This single and video first.
Yeah.
And that kicked it off.
CMC was like, man, they was playing that song all the time. KBL all the time.
That kicked it off. It was crazy because Bounce to This was their first single, but when the DJs got the album, they used to always play Bounce to This and Bluebird back to back.
They did too.
Yeah.
Bluebird was the shit.
So
too.
both of them motherfuckers kind of blew up at the same time.
Yeah.
Them niggas had double singles at the same time. Like, they had Bounce to This and Bluebird at the same time hot.
Cause I remember just going places and I was always hearing Bluebird and I was always thinking that I was the only motherfucker like that song.
Yeah.
You know?
That was a hit immediately.
Bluebird was the shit.
As soon as the album dropped, them was the two biggest songs.
Yeah.
And it was back to back. The album started off like with Bounce to This and then went into Bluebird. So that was like now song number 1 and song number 2. Intro, song 1 and song 2.
I can't remember how many times I'll go somewhere like on a Saturday and see some girls like, what y'all doing? Oh, we're gonna go to an RBL show. And that was bad. We always used to mess with girls too. You know? Hey, Mexican girls love RBL. I don't know what that was, man.
And those songs, they had the Bounce to This and Bluebird was the perfect car show songs.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
So they was always rocking car shows and lowriders, and that was.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. So, yo, I kid you not, I would always be, out in traffic. And, what y'all doing? Back 95,
Yeah. And then you got to think, we was right when they did, right when they put out Ruthless by Law, we was just coming off West Coast Bad Boys, and that's when the compilations that started cracking. So we was coming off these big ass compilations at the same time.
That buzz home.
Yeah. See, when Going Insane came out, it wasn't that too many compilations.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time Ruthless by Law came out, we had already did West Coast Bad Boys.
Yeah.
We was about to go into Bay Area players and Isolated in the Game and all that. We just finna go into that type of shit. Yeah. And then that's what those records, by the time it was time for us to do Backstreet Life, you know what I'm saying? From Direct from the Backstreet to Going Insane was this expectation. Now from Going Insane to Backstreet Life is this expectation. Like now y'all got to outdo Going Insane too.
That's crazy, yeah. Because I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
They was probably looking at y'all like, have you heard Bounce to This before?
And then we got to compete with RBL shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Each time.
Yeah.
Direct from Backstreet was first. Let's Do Be Learn dropped. The niggas was like, ooh, y'all got to do Direct from Backstreet and Let's Do Be Learn. We came going the same. So I'm pretty sure niggas at them like, boy, y'all niggas gonna have to go outdo that Totally Insane going the same shit. So they came with Ruthless by Law. So now niggas are looking at us like, nigga, that Ruthless by Law is a smash. Y'all gonna have to outdo that. So we came with Backstreet Life. And it was like just friendly competition. Each time we was trying to outdo each other. But we was always there when we was doing it.
God damn.
We was always in the studio hearing it.
That's some miraculous shit.
I used to come on and be like, nigga, RBL new album for the kill shit. That Ruthless by Law album is finna hurt shit right now. When that shit dropped.
I remember when that motherfucker dropped too.
We need to step back in the lab. We need to get back in the lab.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, that Ruthless by Law was something else, bruh. Yeah, that shit was something else, bruh. When that shit dropped, that shit was something else. I'm trying to think, where was we at? We had did a show. I forgot where we was at. We was in Portland, Oregon. And I think Ruthless by Law had just dropped. It had just came out. And, you know, they sung all the old shit off Let's Do Be Learn. And when they sung Bounce to This, when they sung Bounce to This, nigga,
Everybody went crazy.
everybody went crazy, nigga.
Damn.
It's like they created a whole new sound, like.
Just like, yo, if you heard that at the beginning when the tape pops in or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, once you hear that, it's like, oh shit.
You love the most, straight from the California press go. Yeah. When that shit, when they dropped that motherfucker, boy, it was on and cracking.
Man, that video was hard.
It was on and cracking, bro.
I like the video where they got Sway asking them, you know, they
Yeah.
got memory playing in the background and
Yeah.
shit. Where are you brothers from? Black Sea. We're from a little island in the bay. You know?
That was big for them niggas. So now, that Ruthless by Law helped us too, because the nigga that Jason that owned the record label was looking at us like, man, y'all niggas is y'all out here killing shit. RBL just dropped this Ruthless by Law album, and now they looking at us like, for the next Totally Insane album, we're gonna have to go bigger. We're gonna have to do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. So RBL kind of like boosted us, like, so now the record label looking at us like, nigga, for the next album, this RBL shit is so fucking hot, smoking. For you guys next album, we're gonna do this. He was excited for our next. We're like, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna do that. And we're gonna do this. So that gave us a boost too.
Hell yeah, because that's just like a company. Like, you know, we got more spending money now.
Yeah.
Now we see what y'all doing with this money. We gonna
Yeah.
give y'all some more.
And then like, we're not even mentioning in between us dropping these albums, Dre Dogg dropping albums too.
Oh yeah.
Dre Dogg coming with I Hate You With a Passion, and you know what I'm saying? Cool Nut came out, IMP came out with the Ill Manner Players.
Yeah, that shit was hard too.
So it's like,
there was so many slaps coming.
y'all niggas coming.
He was killing shit.
He was killing shit.
That's like my favorite producer. You know, I tell him,
Yeah.
you know, on Facebook, he probably, yeah, whatever. Seriously.
Yeah.
No.
But us and RBL started waking up at around that time too.
Need more money.
Around the time that Ruthless by Law came out,
Yeah.
we both were sitting around looking like, wait a minute. Nigga, going insane to Ruthless by Law is like this.
Yeah.
Why our pockets ain't looking like
Oh,
that?
Ghetto Platinum.
Nigga, 40 and them over there flipping Benzes and Lexuses, and
Yeah.
nigga 40 and them over there getting millions. Nigga was in it.
Together solid like Ashford and Simpson. Baby, love me, I'm so cool. Like Miles Davis passing milestones. Those jerks be insecure, but I don't sweat it. Better just a modest shaft. Get the December cap, I'm from the Alto. I call everybody bro. Blood know the biz, we got giz. So Allie catch me in the Mally Raider fitted equipped. The brother so cool like Billy DJ Cats ain't touching me, I'm so cool.